Hello everyone. This week I wanted to talk about vestibular migraine. How does it feel like? Especially for me, definitely talking about experience. I was diagnosed with vestibular migraine. It's been like 7 years now. So how it started, it was actually a pretty fuzzy feeling. Um, I felt like uneasy. Not necessarily pain, but it was a combination of discomfort or what I would call swelling in the brain, and then the dizziness started. Actually, it lasted for a couple of years, where the dizziness was varying between very mild. It was just like a back in the head type of feeling where it was like lightheadedness, and very very heavy to the point where I was kind of losing balance, and sometimes I felt like I was fainting. Um, it just started all of a sudden and has never left really. I've been able to control it with especially diet and exercise, and definitely when I don't keep that under check, it comes back, which is definitely a challenge, as you can imagine. The Sometimes the dizziness gets really really heavy, as I said, to the point where I feel like my legs are giving out, or like it's almost like a feeling of dropping in a hole. And I have the need to try to grab onto something because I don't feel safe walking. But mostly I would say it's almost like the brain is navigating in circles in the skull, and it's very very tiring. Trying to focus and concentrate is it's been extremely challenging for me. Definitely something that prevented some of the activities at work, or actually took a lot of my energy and the effort. The effort has been, sometimes really really heavy to the point where around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I'm totally exhausted, because trying to keep focus while your brain is kind of going around in circles, it's really hard. Along with that, there's been you know uh, brain frog episodes, not every time, but very often, where I already notice it when I try to read something and it's blurry, even when I'm wearing my glasses. um, I can feel like my brain is very very slow. It's almost like I cannot respond or react, and I have to take a pause and really think about stuff when I'm usually pretty quick on my feet. When the brain fog comes, it's, first of all, I can't see very well, and then it's just slow. It's like, it takes a little while for me to understand. During those times, I tend to forget things, and especially when, certain words, when I'm speaking, it's like, I don't remember what that's called, and, things like that, um, which is, you know, frustrating to say the least, and definitely something that I really don't enjoy. Along with that, sometimes I feel like, which is really weird, like my teeth are falling. It's almost like everything is kind of trembling, so everything feels like inside, even the nose. Sometimes it's like it's just getting loose. It's pretty annoying feeling, and when it's really really severe, the dizziness, I feel like the tip of my fingers are without sensations. It's like I cannot feel anything. It's like, do I have hands? And I have to start doing this to kind of check. It feels really really odd. And lastly, very infrequent, I also feel nauseous. Maybe it's because of the whole kind of sensitivity and motion. A couple of things that could trigger like right away an attack is definitely an episode where it's being very very stressful. Anything in a family, or like sometimes something at work, but it has to be like something really material for the dizziness to be triggered. And things that are easier in terms of giving me an attack is bright lights. I cannot watch a bright light. So, for example, if I go to Home Depot, and the section where you have all of the the lights and everything in showing all the bright lights, I cannot look at it. I cannot even walk through it. It's really hard. And then motion is also another one, especially watching TV. Like anything 3D would trigger like right away an attack, uh, which I really don't know why. I definitely need to do a little bit more research, but those three things are probably going to have a pretty significant impact when it comes down to giving me an attack like right away. Other things that take a little bit more time is not really taking care of my hydration, or eating, having my stomach empty for too long. That usually triggers a migraine attack. Not necessarily right away. That tends to last for a couple of days if I continue, with that practice. And then not sleeping enough. Sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 days where I'm not sleeping very well, or I'm getting to bed too late, where I don't have enough resting time. That'll trigger an attack as well. So definitely something that, to watch out for. Everybody's different. I know that the my case is not unique. Definitely more people would have similar type of triggers and similar type of consequences after they do certain things. But you have to be mindful of what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what triggers, and definitely how to manage. And you need to pay attention. The one thing that I always recommend, and I think I have a couple of videos that talk about this, is journaling. Know what triggers your migraine. That's extremely important, because the only way that you can get a handle on the severity and the frequency of the attacks is knowing exactly what causes it. It takes time and it takes patience, because sometimes they're like, life is not perfect. So there are gonna be times where you're just stressed, and then on top of that you don't hydrate well, so you really don't know which one is it. But as long as you keep writing things down, you're gonna see what combination of factors are making a difference for you, and then you can manage and control. Again, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And until the next one.